The Chinese President Xi Jinping's visit to the United States. He and his wife, Peng Liyuan, have just arrived at West Palm Beach Airport in Florida. Now, over the next couple of days, President Xi will be meeting his U.S. counterpart, Donald Trump, at the latter's private Mar-a-Lago resort. This will be the first one-on-one meeting between these two leaders since Trump took office on the 20th of January. Several issues like security, trade are right at the top of the agenda at the meeting between the two of the world's most powerful leaders. Let's head over live to Florida now, where Sean Caleb's joins us with more data on this story. What's the latest from where you are, Caleb?
Rama, well, I can tell you that the plane landed, I'd say, about 10, 15 minutes ago. Well, actually, President Xi and his wife got off that aircraft about 10 or 15 minutes ago. Right now, their motorcade is on the way to the resort where President Xi and his contingent will be staying. Now, behind me, you see Mar-a-Lago. This is Donald Trump's plush private resort in Palm Beach. That is, of course, where the U.S. president will be staying. But President Xi is going to be staying about 8 to 10 kilometers down south. He'll be staying at a resort called O. He and his wife will get there. They will unwind for a few hours, and then in about 3 hours, they are due to come up to Mar-a-Lago, have an informal greeting with the president. I have to tell you right now, the weather is somewhat iffy. It could rain this afternoon, very common in the south of Florida. But right now, after they have the informal meeting, the two presidents are expected to walk the grounds of Mar-a-Lago behind me, walk up to the edge of the sea. Unclear if we'll be able to get any pictures of that. And once that ends, then they're going to sit down, have dinner, and they will, of course, have somewhat of a working dinner. If they're only going to be together for a matter of hours today and then a matter of hours tomorrow. At 10:30 in the morning local time, a large circle of advisors will gather with both presidents, and they'll sit down and they'll go through a number of issues. Then at 11 o'clock, a half an hour later, they're going to whittle that circle down to a group of close-knit advisors in the two presidents. Then they will have a working lunch, and after that, President Xi will then leave Palm Beach. So there is a great deal at stake, Rama, in the upcoming hours. As you mentioned, they're going to talk about as much as they can, chiefly trade, currency issues, which Donald Trump made the cornerstone of his campaign leading up to winning the presidency in November and, of course, taking office in the end of January. For his part, the Xi presidency really wants to find a way to move forward in a constructive fashion. We know Donald Trump is keen to throw around rhetoric at times, and some of it has been very harsh, even on the campaign trail, as well as the tweets that he's put out, even going as far as one of his aides to say that if there's a war between the U.S. and China in the next 5 to 10 years, it could break out over the area of the South China Sea. That was quickly dismissed, and Wang Yi, the career diplomat, came out and said that any sober-minded individual is going to say that's just not going to happen. There's just too much at stake, and both countries have way too much to lose if anything like that would happen. So we expect President Xi to arrive at his resort in a matter of minutes. Security is very high down in that area, Rama, and that's what people are going to have to deal with us on these islands for the next couple of days.
Indeed. We'll keep eyes on that story. Thank you for that. That's Sean Caleb, of course, in West Palm Beach in Florida, relatively close, of course, to Mar-a-Lago.